What it do, y'all, and welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, I'm here to bring you guys a new makeup releases, and yeah, this is gonna be a long one because it has been quite some time since your girl has sat down to do a video specifically in this series. I'll get into all of that in just a second, and I will also give you guys a mini life update so you guys can know what's going on, and then also in that mainly it's a channel update. So definitely stay tuned. I have a timestamp on the screen so you can know when the actual kind of new makeup release video starts, in case that's all you're here for and you don't want to hear a life update or a channel update, which I completely understand. But with that said, I don't want this intro to be too long because the video is long. So I will see you guys in just a second. So just really quickly, I will put a timestamp here on the screen for when we will actually dive into the new makeup releases, in case you just don't care and you just want to really get into that part. I just want to give a bit of an update. So I've been posting a lot of pre-filmed content, mainly because, as I said in my last kind of get ready with me, life is busy. It's busy, especially starting a new job in a interesting field where, you know, it's the first time that I've had an actual job in the field, even though I would say I've been kind of working educationally in this field for a bit now. So I've just been tired and I haven't had the energy, to be honest, to film and upload nearly as much as I traditionally have been doing. So we're gonna drop down to about 2 uploads a week for right now. Hopefully very soon we'll get right back up to 3, because I'll have the energy. My body will be used to kind of the longer hours, the more physical work, all of that. But that's that. I didn't want it to be too long of kind of a life update. I did just want to give you guys that update in case you're wondering, like, sis, what is going on? Especially because my upload times have been all over the place. I just wanted to kind of give you that perspective on what is going on with me. So as always, everything that I put on my face will be listed and linked down below. But if you are new here, this is my must-have must-gag, which is my version of the Will I Buy It that was created by Samantha March. I always have my playlist and the community playlist for the Will I Buy It linked down below, as well as all of the Instagram pages that I get to get this makeup knowledge. And lastly, but certainly not least, all of the items will be listed and linked down below. If there is an asterisk behind that link, that means it is an affiliated link. I will get a very small commission at no additional cost to you for you just clicking and potentially purchasing the product. Otherwise, no big deal at all. I am just truly happy that you're here to spend however much time with me, and we can just converse and talk about makeup, because I don't talk about makeup to anybody in my personal life or real life, if that makes sense. So I've applied my primer. As always, everything will be listed and linked down below what's on my face. If I run out of room in the description box, just wait. It will be in a pinned comment, depending on when this uploads. It may be sooner or later, but it will be there for you guys. So I have a lot of stuff that I think I need to talk about. It has been weeks since I've done this video. I don't even think I've done this video since I got back from Charleston. So I'm going to try to kind of do some lightning round type situation, especially now that this intro has been lengthy, but it's me. So we'll see how it goes. First things first, Meritt has come out with a new formulation of lipsticks, and this is their signature lightweight matte lipstick. Now previously, let me scoot over so you guys can see the product. Previously, Meritt had their satin lipsticks, which are the ones that I've tried. I tried one color and I actually thought that it was a decent formulation. Was it something that I felt over the moon about? Unfortunately, no, but I thought it was a good formula nonetheless. I've heard good things about this formula, but to be honest, I'm just not interested. I'm not interested in a matte lipstick formula. I very much am into my lip balm era, lip gloss era, stuff like that. Just things that are easily removable, easily reapplied, stuff like that. If it's something where like you can clearly see a line of demarcation when it gets worn out or something, just not for me right now, at least. I have plenty of matte lipsticks, do not get me wrong. So in the event that I feel the need or the urge, I can always reach for one of those. But that until then, I am going to skip. Plus, none of the shades look great for me. The next thing is actually something that I have already purchased and showcased for a second impression for me, first impression for you guys on my channel. And this is the Juvias Place, what do they call it? Their Radiant Booster. Now this is kind of their take on the Charlotte Tilbury whatever the Charlotte Tilbury version of this. You know just by seeing it. I've never tried the Charlotte Tilbury. I've only tried the Auric and now this, I believe. And like I said, I already have my first impressions or my first showcase of it on my channel. Same with the setting spray as well. And that should be in my previous video to this video going up. And that is a comparison video between Juvia's Place and LYS. So if you're interested, I definitely strongly recommend you check out that video. I showcase them both on my skin and I kind of give you my current thoughts. I will be reviewing these products. I'm trying to get my reviews of products a little bit quicker out to you guys. So hopefully by like late this month, if not next month, I will be able to review these products for you guys because I'm already been testing them behind the scenes. So that's what I'm going to say about that. As for this is the Milk. I think this is their lip oil. Yeah, their tinted lip oils. And I am intrigued. So I have seen one reviewer or YouTuber talk about this particular product. And I will say that their kind of opinion continue to allow me to kind of stay intrigued. So I have this in my cart and I'll be talking about it later, but I'm pretty sure the Sephora kind of savings event sale is coming up sometime soon. And honestly, with how busy my schedule is right now, I'm just gonna wait. I'm just going to wait to pick it up then. I have so many other lip balms that I want to kind of get my opinions on prior to getting this one in. I am at some point in this millennium going to still do that video where I compare all of the new lip oils and lip balms so that you guys can know kind of what you need to bring in if you're interested in bringing anything in. So definitely do know that. But otherwise, yeah. I'm interested, like I said. Nothing else really to add to that. I'm interested in these. And of course, I'm going to pick up the brown when I do pick up this product. It looks like Tarte is coming out with a new formula in their Maracuja lip products. And this one is their Maracuja Vinyl. So this is the glossiest, shiniest, juiciest formula that drenches the lips in a slick, wet look finish. And you know what? I'll probably try this. One, because I haven't tried anything in this formula because I've never seen a color that actually I thought I would get any use out of. But also two, they have browns. So, I mean, it's just honestly, it's screaming for your girl to try her. And I'm interested. I hear a lot of really good things about this formula, like not just particularly the vinyls, but just the Maracujas in general. And so I'm interested. I want to finally try it. And I'm sure this is something that I could pick up at Ulta. So I'll probably try to somehow just use my Ulta points. If not, I will just, you know, budget it in. I haven't really bought anything at all this month, so I definitely have the budget, but also I went ridiculously over last month, so that's probably why I've kind of chilled out this month, not even intentionally doing it. So we'll see. I definitely plan to pick this up. It's just kind of when it will happen. The world may never know. Next, like I kind of vaguely hinted to just a little bit earlier, the Sephora savings event has been sneak peeked and it's going to be April 5th to the 15th. So that's still next month. So theoretically, I could, you know, go ahead and pick up some things from Sephora. But honestly, like I said, I'm not like pressed to have any of the products that are in my chart. I do want them and I do want to test them out and try them until that sale, because I don't need them now. I can review some of these products, really get my impressions on these products prior to the sale. and then hopefully really budget nicely so that maybe I can even spend more than my $100 that I allot for beauty in next month, specifically for the sale. Okay, so keeping it going, Glaminatrix Cosmetics has showcased a new product. So they have a, what do they call it? They call it a Pretty in Pink, Pretty in Pastels palette. So this is their take on pastels, just as the name would suggest. And it's definitely not what I was expecting. So this has been out for, I think, a minute now, and I've seen quite a few of kind of the typical creators showcase this on their platforms. And don't get me wrong, I definitely think that they've gotten some pretty looks, and I've been like, ooh, that's really nice. But when I look at the actual palette, I'm not intrigued. And I'm really trying to get myself to the point where if I'm not physically intrigued by the actual palette, once I get the palette in my possession, I know I'm not going to want to reach for it again. I know I'm not going to actually enjoy using it. So that has kind of been my personal boundary on deciding whether I'm going to pick something up that is new or not. Even if it's one of those brands that I historically do pick up a lot from, just because of the fact that it's just not feasible. It's not feasible. We've already talked about this before, so no need to kind of continue to belay the subject. But yeah, we're gonna skip this, unfortunately. I do want to try the Glaminatrix. I think they have like cream blush and like lip product. I think they called it like a combo or something. I would love to try that, but the likelihood that I'm going to make an order just for that product is very, very low. So I don't know how likely I'll be able to try that, at least very, very like soon, but I am intrigued on that one. So NYX has come out with some bronzers, and these, don't get me wrong, at the beginning I was actually very intrigued, and I might still pick one of these up. These are the NYX Cosmetics Butter Melt Bronzers. They have a decent shade range. It looks like there are 8 shades, and I would probably pick 6 or 8. 7 would be just a little too red for my current preference. I think either 6 or 8 would be closer to kind of like a yellow based undertone, which is what I personally gravitate towards lately. It's just more of the depth. Are you interested in seeing a bronzer hunt this year? If you don't know what that is, every summer, or at least during the summer months, I typically used to do a bronzer hunt where it's 7 days of me reviewing bronzers, showcasing them on my skin, swatching. Even at some points I was doing wear tests. So definitely let me know down below in the comments if you are interested. It's been, I want to say last year I didn't end up doing it, but every other year that I've been on YouTube, I've pretty much done a bronzer hunt. I love bronzers, and I used to do them twice a year too. So definitely let me know if you are interested in seeing a bronzer hunt, because if you are, I could potentially pick up 1 or 2 of these. They're only $10 each, which is very, very affordable. And yeah, apparently all of the shades are sold out, at least when this post was created from the creator. But I would still be really interested, because this is supposed to kind of like melt in your skin. It's supposed to be like a bronze finish that's very skin-like. And you guys know that that is up my alley. So definitely let me know. Even if you're not interested in seeing a bronzer hunt, I might actually pick that up, as long as I could throw it in like an Ulta cart, especially because there was another product I said earlier that I wanted from Ulta. What was it? The world may never know. Oh, the Tarte lip product. So those two might be building their own little Ulta cart right now. So you guys know I am obsessed with my Danessa Myricks Groundwork Volume 1 palette. I absolutely love that palette. I've been getting so much, like, not even just use, but so many kind of envisions or inspiration, if you will, on like what to do makeup wise. And yes, it's super basic, right? Yes, it's literally browns and a black. Yes, and some whites. Yes, but I am getting very much inspiration from it, and if I can find the time, that will actually be my next membership tutorial. I have a vision for what it's going to be, and I'm so excited. Hopefully that vision can come to life. But until then, this is the next Groundwork palette in the series, and this one's going to be more berries and pinks. And honestly, I don't know how to feel about this. Like, I like it on one end because she's continuing with that innovation and all of that, but when I see the colors in pan, I'm not really intrigued. But I've seen her looks, and her looks show me that what I see in pan actually may not translate on my skin tone the same way. So I'm kind of, I don't know. I got the first one on a wicked discount. Maybe I'll try to get the second one on a really good discount. I don't know. Let your girl know. Please, 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 please. Are you interested? Do you want to see that from me? Do you want to see comparisons from me? I know that the day that I'm filming this, I believe the palette actually launched today. So yeah, it's March 19th. So this palette actually launched today. So I'm not too far behind on that particular product. So if it is something that you are interested in, shout it out down below. I know a lot of brands are doing their spring sale right before the VIB sale, so maybe she's doing one. I've been deleting emails left and right, so I don't really know, but maybe I can pick that one up there. Okay, YSL are coming out with lip oil sticks. How is that different? Is that not with the things? Oh no, those are balms. So this is a lip oil. I want to say my girl Khaki just purchased some and talked about them in a recent video, but I haven't taken the time to actually watch that video. I need to watch that video because I'm intrigued. I don't see a straight up brown, which is disappointing, but I feel like I could probably finesse a color or two, definitely during some form of sale. I'm not buying these full price. I didn't buy the other one full price, but I'm definitely intrigued on this, unfortunately. Blake, keep working on your makeup look. So it looks like Girl Scouts are doing a collaboration with Hard Candy. I couldn't tell you the last time I talked about Hard Candy, so that's, you know, a plus in their kind of column, is getting people to really talk about the brand because of this collaboration. And I have seen YouTubers talk about this particular collaboration. So, you know, that's the kind of general niche reason why so many brands do so many, because they want to get into people's minds. They want to hear people talk about them. So all of these Girl Scout cook palettes are surrounded by an actual cookie. I don't know if they changed the names again, but it looks like the shortbread, I never remember what the name of that one was, the tag along, and the samosa. It looks like those are the three kind of cookies that they're really trying to do here. I don't think it's bad, but it's just not for me. I'm not a huge Hard Candy fan. I used to be a Girl Scout, and I love me some Girl Scout cookies, but that's not going to be enough to make me pick that particular product up personally. Then we have Laneige, and Laneige is coming out with a sleeping mask. I'm surprised that it's taken them this long to come out with something like this. Maybe they've already had it, but this is just a different range that they're adding another sleeping mask to. Regardless, for me, it's not something that I need. I have too many kind of sleeping products, and they're not even like masks. They're like, what is it called? Not oil pulling, that's for the teeth. The slugging, I think it's slugging for your skin. I've been trying that technique with the new kind of petroleum based product, and between that and my oils that I have and my serums for night, I'm kind of good on my like night skin products, and I just don't feel the need to pick anything up. So this is going to be an easy skip for me. This is interesting. So Soap and Glory US is coming out with a limited edition collection. Apparently it's available at Target, Amazon, and Walgreens. And this is a fig infused kind of range. So they have a fig body wash, a fig body scrub, a fig lotion, and a fig body cream. Or body butter, I'm sorry. I'm actually really interested in this. I don't know if this has already released at the time of me filming this video. If it has, as always, I will have it listed down below. But this is definitely something that I would actually try to pick up. I have a handful of fig products, and I don't have like the shower or even the creams to kind of go with it, and I would love to have that. And as I've been really good with not being overly consumed with Bath and Body Works, I think that this could be a really affordable and nice purchase. And you know, hopefully if I do pick it up and I really enjoy it, I pick up some backups, because people love to get these limited edition stuff that go viral or are very popular and mark up the prices for resale, and I hate that. So hopefully I have the energy to make it to one of the retailers for this collection, so I can actually see if it's something that will smell good for me and if it will work with any of the products that I have. The packaging wise, I really don't care. It's all about the product and the cream and stuff inside. Continuing on, Terra Moons is coming out with a new collection, it looks like. And this is their, so they have a couple of different things here. They have single eyeshadows, they have a sun palette, they have, and then they have some bundles. Okay. So it looks like there's two eyeshadow palettes, one that has more of an orange and green color scheme. The other one has like purple and like a lavender type situation going on. Both have cooler toned shimmers, with one being silvers and the other one being maybe some yellows from what I can tell. You know, it doesn't look like a collection for me. I'm really into warmer tones right now. I'm really just embracing, you know, my self-disclosed or self-proclaimed golden, you know, olive undertone situation. And yeah, I'm happy with my warmer tones. And I'm just not intrigued by any of those color schemes. Nothing kind of makes sense to my brain. So I'm gonna skip, save some money, and be happy. MAC is coming out with a Teddy Forever collection. This makes perfect sense. MAC Teddy has been popular for years, so I definitely understand why they're taking, you know, that and running with it. It makes perfect sense completely. They have an eyeshadow palette, a face palette. They have a lipstick, two lipsticks, a lip gloss, everything. They have a whole situation. This isn't something that I feel the need to pick up. I've never tried MAC Teddy, but I will say all the people who really love that shade are significantly lighter than me. So tells me it's just not something that I'm most likely going to want to have on my particular person. And so yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and skip on that particular release. Urban Decay has come out with a new foundation, and this one is a waterproof liquid foundation with niacinamide, and this is their 3-in-1 combines foundation, serum, and setting powder. It delivers buildable medium coverage. It delivers buildable medium coverage. It's supposed to give you a natural finish for up to 24 hours. It's supposed to be lightweight and for all skin types. Honestly, that is just way too good to be true. I don't trust it at all. And I'm not going to say Urban Decay has ever done me personally dirty when it comes to any of my foundations that I've got. I haven't purchased a lot of foundations from Urban Decay, but the ones that I have been after like multiple YouTubers have raved about it. And I've been like, oh, okay, that's something that I could potentially get on board with. So This is not something that I'm going to pick up now, maybe later on. I also have just a lot of foundations, especially for me right now. With how busy I am, I just don't even have the time to play just for myself in this room. So it's just not something that I need to pick up as of right now. Too Faced has come out with some more Born This Way mini eyeshadow palettes, and these are really interesting and I think can be really helpful for not only beginners, but those who just want something that is easy and on the go. This is very compact. They typically only work for like a handful of skin tones, so definitely look at that. Specifically, like if you like something that has a lot of depth and you're darker skin, you're gonna really need to pay attention to those darker mattes. That's how I perceive these types of products. And for me, you know, they're showcasing two different palettes, one that is cooler toned, the other that's warmer toned. Neither to me really have a lot of depth in those mattes. I love depth in my mattes. I love to build a deep outer V. Honestly, even in this look, I would love to throw in something a tinge bit deeper. If you didn't know, I was playing with the Ace Beaute palette. This is their Ambience palette. Actually, there are two deep shades. Why didn't I use them? Who knows? So we're going to use those really quickly just to add just a tinge bit more depth in that outer V and really get this nice and smoky. But either way, yeah, neither of these palettes really are calling to me. So I am going to personally pass. Then we have Naked Sundays, which I believe is the brand that I talked about recently for coming into the US from Australia, and they're coming out with two new types of products. One is called the Cabana Clear. It is a water gel serum, and the next one is a Cabana Cream, which is a sunscreen moisturizer. Both of these make sense for the season that is upcoming, and I kind of like the concept of both of them, right? So the gel serum is a clear invisible SPF. It's supposed to be a gel based serum, so it's not supposed to have any silicone, which could be really important for those who have a sensitivity to silicone. I really like that concept. And then for the Cabana Cream, that of course is a lightweight cream, and you know, that could be more useful for those who have dry skin, whereas the serum could be perfect for those who have combination and or oily skin. So I definitely like this product collection, if you will. Do I need any? No. I still have sunscreens from YesStyle that I bought last year that I haven't broken into, and I want to give them a try, you know? So although, yes, I would love to try another product, and I would love to kind of see if that gel serum actually is a sunscreen that will work for darker skin, I'm not going to pick it up for the sheer fact that I don't need to. I have so many sunscreens right now, and I might have to even give some away because of how many I genuinely have. Okay, I think I'm done with my makeup look. I'll throw on the lashes later, so let's just keep going. So Covergirl is coming out with a range of True Blend skin enhancers. These look to be more like primers than anything, that just give you a little bit of something else. So one that's gripping, one that's calming, one that has an opal glow, bronze glow, a plump, and a blur. This is not something that I need. I feel like I have too many primers for the rate that I get through primers, so I'm good, but this makes sense. It's bringing a type of product that we see a lot in high-end and mid-range and bringing it down to the drugstore. Makeup by Mario has come out with a new Master Matte eyeshadow palette. Although this one is neutral, similar to the last one, this is definitely cooler neutrals than the previous one. If I were to pick something else up from the brand, we'll go for the more warm tone neutrals. I just tend to reach for warmer tones than cooler tones. I find that although I can pull them off, they don't look kind of skin native, as Khaki says. So not something that I'm going to be picking up personally. Another thing that I think unfortunately I'm going to pass on, although congratulations of course, this is a collaboration between Gourmand Girls and Steph's Beauty Stash, and this is a beautiful kind of eyeshadow palette. You have a majority, what I would say is all warm tones, where you have some purples, a pink, and a maroon in there. You have some bright greens, and you have a bright orange. I think this is really cool, and you could get probably quite a few very interesting looks coming from this. There's some blues in there as well. You guys see the picture. I think it looks really nice. It's just not something that I need to bring in, and a way that I kind of can decide that for me is how many looks can I create just from looking at the palette, just from looking at it. And for me, although I could probably create a lot, my brain is a little slow to the trigger on creating those looks. And right now, with the amount of makeup I have, with my beauty budget, all of these other things kind of in the background, I'm not creating the looks quick enough for me to think that I really need to bring this in. Rhode is coming out with some new products, and they will be launching blushes. So I know this is going to go viral. I know this is going to sell out. It looks like they are going to at least initially launch at minimum 3 shades. We can see 3 different shades here. One that looks more like a brownie shade, one that looks like a bright kind of pink bubblegum, and then maybe like a corally shade. My concern is that these are going to be too light for somebody of my skin tone. I see Hailey Bieber swatching it on her skin tone right now, and although you can see the color, it's not an appalling kind of opacity. And for me to know that it's going to work on my skin tone, I need it to look like an appalling opacity on a lighter skin tone. So I'm up in arms on whether I'm going to be picking that up. If you were wondering, I did pick up 2 more lip balms from the brand. I think I hauled it in my last haul, so you would have already seen it if you watched that haul video. But I definitely have quite a lot of opinions now at this point on the brand. I've tried their skincare and now some of their more makeup-y type products. So maybe I'll pick up one of those just to kind of give an overview on the brand from somebody who's of a darker skin tone. Let me know once again if you are interested in watching that video. Kiko Milano is coming out with a spring collection. I typically don't pick up Kiko Milano collections. Even the handful that I was interested in, specifically the mermaid collection that they did, I didn't end up picking it up. Life just happened and I completely spaced. And yeah, I'm definitely not interested in this. If anything, I would have picked up that beauty mermaid. What is Alice in Wonderland is completely different. What is the series? So far, if I would have picked up anything from the brand, it would have been the Little Mermaid collection, and I didn't. So I'm probably going to pass on this one easily as well. Nomad Cosmetics has also showcased a new palette, and I actually love this for them. I mean, honestly, personally, with the amount of experience that I've had traveling, I love this for anybody. But this is their, what are they calling the actual palette? This is their Ireland Wild Atlantic Way palette. And if you did not know, I have been to Ireland and I actually really enjoyed my time there. It wasn't for a very long time. This was like kind of the way a lot of people do when they're in Europe. They do kind of weekend trips, and this was a weekend trip for me. So I did enjoy my time, but it was so short that I would have loved to go back, especially to visit more of the like northern parts where it's more hilly and all of that stuff, especially now that I'm more into plants. Anyways, I digress. This is the eyeshadow palette. Although I think it's really cute, for me, it's not really giving what I want it to give. Once again, once I'm looking at the palette, it's really pretty and I can definitely see, okay, a look or two, but my brain sees like 2 looks. At this point, I need multiple looks and I need to feel excited about the palette. To me, I think it's just a palette that I can see kind of traditional brown green looks with a splash of orange, and that's not bringing anything new to my collection. I have a big collection. If you've not seen my collection, I always do collection videos at the end of every year. You can definitely check out the end of 2023's collection. It's a lot of product. And so I need things to really be interesting and unique for me to really bring them in. NARS is coming out with another collection, of course, and this is their Love collection. It looks very, very standard when it comes to colors, and I'm sure even the names of the shades for the brand. So they have a face palette, they have an eyeshadow quad, setting powder, a reflecting blush, a custom foundation, a matte lipsticks, and then a seduction eyeshadow stick. This looks, like I said, very, very kind of typical for the brand. I really don't see anything extraordinarily new, and that's perfectly fine. I think that works for NARS and it works for their customer base. I don't need it. I have a good amount of things from NARS. I have one beautiful 9 pan from the brand. I absolutely love that 9 pan. And so none of these shades are really bringing anything unique to my NARS collection, let alone to my eyeshadow palette collection. So this is going to be another pass. Something that once again I could see me featuring in a potential bronzer hunt week is this baby from Too Faced, and this is their Chocolate Soleil melting bronzer sculpting stick. Now I will say their powder bronzer does not go deep enough for me, so I am intrigued. And slightly, I want to feel like I am invested enough to at least swatch this in an Ulta. They have 4 different shades: light, medium, tan, and deep. And I must say, the deep looks deep. So I'm wondering why their powder formulation couldn't be this deep, but I am intrigued. The shade that I think I would reach for most is Chocolate Lava. Although it looks a little deep for what I typically reach for, the undertone looks better than caramel chocolate. I think that'll be a little too close to my skin tone. I don't know. This is probably going to be another I need to swatch in store. The post that I have pinned here does not say a launch date, but once again, as always, if you are interested in seeing this featured on my skin tone, let your girl know down below. Another thing that's already in my Sephora cart, just waiting for the Sephora sale, is this Rare Beauty highlighter. She has come out with 2 additional shades, and she's kind of padding out her deeper shades. So one shade is deep bronze, the other is, the other shade is warm copper. If you did not know, the Rare Beauty highlighter is currently in my project pan. I have the shade Flaunt. I actually really love this shade, but I would love the warm copper tone, which is Reveal. I'd probably pick up both of them, honestly. For the amount of love that I've given that highlighter, I would not be opposed to picking up both. They are expensive, $25, but like I said, I have them in my cart specifically for the sale. I'm waiting for the sale. They already are available. So yeah, I think Reveal is going to be the one that I reach for more than the other. And I'm just excited. I'm excited. I'm interested. I want to have it. I really, really do. Bath & Body Works is doing a collaboration with Bridgerton, and they're coming out with a slew of products. Now, I will just caution you guys. I understand you want to pick these up, but Bath & Body Works when they're not on sale is ridiculously expensive. Ridiculously expensive. Make sure you have a coupon some way, somehow. And then 2, know that SAS is coming up. They do 2 semi-annual sales for Bath & Body Works, one during the summer and one during the winter. The summer one should be coming up soon-ish. I feel like it was right around the same period as the Sephora annual sale as well last year. I want to say it was around maybe April, May time. So I would say watch the reviewers and then maybe check out your local store to see what you're interested in. Maybe pick up 1 or 2 products. I would say 1 of product from maybe each respective category that you're really interested in, but don't stock up. Stock up during SAS, please, 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 because it's just really not that worth it. But I haven't tried the scents yet. Like I said, I've been way too busy. This is like the first day after work that I've had the gumption to actually do anything. So yeah, I haven't smelled it, but I am interested. And maybe this weekend, if I can pull myself out of the house, I will try it. Sol de Janeiro is coming out with some new products, and this is their skincare range, which makes care range. Makes complete sense. So they have a body spray, a body lotion, and a body oil. Not something that I personally need. Maybe if they would have done a sunscreen stick, I would have tried it. But like I said, I have a lot of sunscreen, okay? Sunscreen that I haven't even dipped into. So this is not something that I need to pick up. I am going to skip. And yeah, I'll be interested to hear if people say these things are good or bad. I don't really leave the house long periods of time, especially during the summer, that I really, really need sunscreen. Like, I put it on, but it's not something that like I would ever be outside long enough to potentially get sunburnt. So it's not something that I can really test to the fullest extent. So definitely check out another YouTuber for that. Tarte is also coming out with some Shape Tape Glow blush bars. It looks like these are going to be darker skin, potentially friendly. So one shade is the berry bar, the other one is the rose bar. I don't know which one is, it's the berry bar that is the darker of the two. They're showcasing it on a darker skin model. But I don't know what that brown tone, is that supposed to be a highlighter or a bronzer? Because if it's a highlighter, absolutely not. If it's a highlighter, maybe. Maybe. It's $49. Would you pick it up? It's available now, probably at Ulta. I will have it linked down below. Colourpop is coming out with a new palette. This is their Soul Elemental palette. This looks very kind of regurgitated, rewind, and freezed for them. Nothing that I would be intrigued with. Stila is coming out with a Heaven Hues Hydro Luminizer or Luminator. This once again looks very similar to what I just picked up from Juvia's Place, what people have picked up from Auric. I think this is very, very late for Stila, and yeah, I'm just going to pass. Adept Cosmetics is coming out with a Cyborg Choir palette. I believe this is already available. Yeah, it's already available to purchase a couple of days ago. I'm sure it's probably already even sold out. There are definitely aspects of this palette that I think are really, really cute and very, very interesting. But if I'm looking at the palette as a whole, it's not something that I think I'm going to get significant use out of. Maybe I'll do a video doing a couple of different looks or even like reviewing the palette. But in the grand scheme of things, I don't think this is something that I would need to pick up full price. Maybe during the holidays when they have this on sale, I'll pick it up if it's still available. Otherwise, that's fine. I'm just not too convinced. This is a brand I can't wait to see some Michelle Wong review. And this is Celine. So Celine is now coming out with makeup. So they've already had a cosmetic line, which they are now expanding to color cosmetics. And I'm really excited for Michelle Wong to review this. If you didn't know, Michelle Wong loves Celine. She recently picked up like a couple of Celine bags and she loves them. So I know she's going to pick these up, but this is not going to be available until January 2025. So definitely stay tuned. Apparently they even had scents. So yeah, definitely stay tuned for that. And Michelle, I'm waiting to see your review. So Catrice is coming out with a limited edition collection, which is called the Seeking Flowers collection. So they have an eyeshadow palette, highlighters, blushes, lip stains, lip mask. I think this is fine. This is not a brand that I get a lot of intrigue or enjoyment reviewing or trying, anything like that. So this is going to be easy pass for me. I don't really try a lot of drugstore. Do you try a lot of drugstore? Do you have a favorite brand? Let me know where. Down below. I would love to know. I like the packaging, or not even this, the packaging, the flat lays. I think the flat lays are really pretty. It's just not something for me. I almost bought something from here. And this is Nicki Minaj's nail line. So Nicki Minaj now has a nail, like, what's it called? Glue-on nails, which are called Pinky Fridays. And she launched the brand in collaboration with an artist. So congrats to them. I do a lot of press on nails. And yeah, I just kind of like the concept of this. I love Nicki Minaj, I'm not gonna lie. And I wonder if the artists... Either way, I'm intrigued by a couple of different styles. But with my current job, press-ons are just not an option. They're not. And so for me to pick these up, I would want to wear them, of course. And so I can't really see the place for me wearing them right now. Maybe in the future, but for right now, it just doesn't make sense for me to pick them up. Urban Decay has come out with 2 new shades to their Moon Dust shadows, and it is Diamond Dog and Crushing Hard. I think that these are really, really smart. A lot of people are really loving this collection in these range, and they're finding perfect shades. So for them to extend the range makes perfect sense. I'm surprised they only did 2 additional shades. I would have expected them to do a lot more. I could definitely see me picking up a shade or 2 here. I haven't picked up any, but I like the concept of these products and I've wanted to. I forget to pick them up when they're on sale for this the Ultra 21 Days of Beauty. This is something that I actually might pick up. I don't know if I want to kind of break this unofficial no buy, but Lunar Beauty is coming out with a mushroom collection. And I'm intrigued, I must admit. So they have an eyeshadow palette, a highlighter palette, they have lip glosses, and yeah, I'm intrigued. I've been wanting to pick up some more of his lip oils. I haven't done it just because who wants to make an order for just 1 or 2 lip oils? But I could see me making an order for the lip oils, maybe a pair of his lashes, and this eyeshadow palette. The eyeshadow palette is giving something. It's giving some intrigue. I really love the brand's formula. I think I'm going to do it. So this is launching March 22nd. I haven't bought anything this month, and I think this is going to be the products that I pick up. Clarins is coming out with a summer collection where they have a sun powder, some new lip stains, a setting spray, and a gold glow primer. Clarins is not a brand that you really see me checking for, and there's a reason for that. I feel like they don't check for me, right? Their skin tone inclusivity is just really historically not there, so I just don't try keeping them on. Dio Cosmetics is coming out with semi-permanent hair color. They're coming out with these for $18.99, 6 colors with 1 pastel mixture. I don't really dye my hair like that, so this is just not something for me, and this just feels really left field. Like, why are they doing this? I would love to know if you know. I guess I could have probably read the information, but I mean, I get it. They're a beauty brand, they're expanding, but it just seems weird that they're expanding to hair. It just seems weird. Lisa Eldridge is coming out with an enhancing tint and a lip pencil. I haven't tried a lot of Lisa Eldridge. I have a handful of things, and I think by handful, I mean literally 1. I think I have 1 lipstick from the brand. I would love to try more. I just haven't gotten around to it. And you guys know I love a good lip liner. And they got some brown lip liners. So maybe I'll try some of these products. Have you tried any of her products outside of, like, have you tried anything outside of her lipsticks? Like, I've even only tried 1 formula from her lipsticks. So please let me know favorites from the brand. This is Women's History Month. Maybe I'll pick up some things from her brand and do a very late kind of first impressions type situation. Give has come out with some new products. I am very excited. Pretty much all of their products I enjoy, and these are boosting cheek tints. Now, historically, I don't like this type of product. The consistency. Liquid products I generally don't like. Genuinely, I like more cream cheek products. So I probably won't spend my money on this, and if I do, it's probably going to be during a sale. They have definitely shades that I think I would get enjoyment out of, but it's just the formulation I'm not convinced I will personally enjoy. And that is it. It has taken some time for me to get through this day's kind of list, but I finally got through it, and the sun is set, so I'm looking a real blue. So that's interesting. Give me a second. I'm going to finish up this makeup look really quickly, and then we can kind of wrap up our thoughts on today's new makeup releases. Okay, so lashes on, a slight adjustment with the lights, and overall what I would personally say is, although there are things that I'm interested in and I want and plan to pick up in the future, the only thing that I think I may pick up close to launch and even this month is the Lunar Beauty products, because like I said, I've been wanting to pick up more lip oils from him for months, if not over a year at this point, and I'm interested in the eyeshadow palette. I also really am interested in older products as well, so if I can get all of them, I'll probably just throw them in the bundle, and by that point I will definitely know that I will have exceeded you know, my budget, if not gotten really close. So I will probably make that my one purchase for the month, and I'm happy with that. I really am. And yeah, other than that, everything else I'm trying to aim to pick up during Sephora's sale and or from Ulta with my points. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope it wasn't too long. And if you did, go ahead and give your girl a huge thumbs up. And also, if you aren't already subscribed, I would love for you to go ahead and hit that subscribe button. I know my uploads are a little wonky right now, but I promise as soon as I have the ability and the energy to get more consistent, your girl will. I promise you I will. But with that said, that's all I got for you guys today. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye guys.